Und damit herzlich willkommen zurück zu Tell Me
Look,
Why.
there's Michael.
Ja, auch hier nochmal eine kleine, ich sag mal, Entschuldigung, falls der Sound nicht 100% gleich ist wie bisher. Ich habe es auch schon in Kotor erklärt, aber das kann sein, dass die Folge erst danach kommt. Deswegen meine neue Grafikkarte hat nur noch einen DisplayPort statt 3 HDMI-Ports, also ein HDMI und ein Display. Das heißt, ich musste meinen Monitor mit HDMI zu Display verbinden, was zur Folge hatte, dass der Monitor sich dachte, ey, ich bin jetzt ein Mikro und meine ganzen Soundeinstellungen wieder hinüber sind.
Not this one.
Genau, wir sind auf der Suche nach einem Grab. Ich glaube nach dem Grab der Eltern, wenn ich es noch richtig weiß. Ich habe schon
Nah, just a whole lot of nothing.
länger nicht gespielt.
Lost in the chaos of history. What's that mean?
Okay.
Not sure. But Michael should know.
When did Michael's uncle die?
Last year. It was really hard on him. He's still feeling it.
Okay, da ist Michael. Können wir mit Michael reden oder nicht? Also eher nicht, ne? Okay, tja, dann würde ich sagen, suchen wir doch mal weiter nach dem Grab. Das ist bestimmt da
Long time
durch
no
den...
see. Do you
Okay,
want
jetzt
some
weiter.
company?
Come on over. Make yourselves comfortable.
Ich war gerade bei dir und habe versucht mit dir zu reden und jetzt auf einmal... Boah, Junge.
So, how are you, holding up?
Everything's such a mess. I thought we'd almost...
Is this a bad time?
With you? Never.
Don't mind me. I'm not really here.
Hey, I get to see your ugly mug almost every day. You're old news, lady.
You wound me. Deeply.
So, can I help you guys out somehow?
So what was your uncle like?
Oh boy. Where do I start? You know that one grumpy grandpa in all the sitcoms? The one that types like a T-Rex and never leaves his recliner?
Just how does one type like a T-Rex?
You know, almost kissing the keyboard. Like, makes you look like you got tiny baby arms. Like a T-Rex.
Never change, Michael.
Anyway, as grumpy as he was, they didn't make him any sweeter than him. He's the kind of guy who accepted you for where you were at, even when he didn't approve.
Not many of those out there. You and your uncle were really close, huh?
Definitely. I could push his buttons without even trying. My family's old school Clinkit. Spent more time with my uncle than my dad. He was the first person to test out all my new recipes. Even before Alyson.
Guess I should thank Uncle William for saving me from a muffin top.
If you need a new taste tester, sign me up.
As if you had a choice. I plan to hit you both up for feedback my whole way through school.
I'm in. As long as there's nothing as adventurous as that Tlingit-style salmon with pepper and saffron.
Pff, no, I'm promising that. Fortune favors the bold, goes double for food.
Ja, da bin ich mir nicht so sicher.
Hey, can I ask you something about this place?
Shoot.
What's the story behind the Tlingit Memorial?
May the memory of our dearly departed never be lost in the chaos of history. That was Uncle William.
Lost in the chaos of history?
Well, let's say you wanted room for a school or a road and didn't give a shit about ethics. Easy, you just dug up our ancestors. That shit happened a lot.
God. Assholes.
Yeah. And I mean, it still happens, but not as much. We have the elders to thank for that.
Ja,
What's the story behind the Tlingit
ach so.
Memorial?
Okay.
May the memory of
Ja,
our dearly departed
ich dachte
never be
mehr
lost
darüber,
in
aber
the
okay.
chaos of history.
Ja, ich hab's...
That was Uncle William.
Ja. Ich habe gedacht, ich kann
Lost
damit
in
noch
the
mehr darüber
chaos of history?
erfahren, warum
Well,
das
let's say you
da
wanted
aufgestellt
room for
wurde und so
a
und das ganze
school or a
Zeug.
road and didn't give a shit about ethics. Easy, you just dug up our ancestors. That shit happened a lot.
God. Assholes.
Yeah. And I mean, it still happens, but not as much. We have the
Ja.
elders to thank for that.
Danke. Okay, ich störe euch nicht länger. Oder dich.
I'll stop bugging you now.
Well, I'm here if you're ever curious.
Wo soll das Grab sein?
So we might be having some trouble finding a particular grave.
You serious? Walk straight to the big tree, then look to your right. I swear, bats have better eyesight than you two.
Says the guy wearing glasses.
Yeah, but these are magnifying glasses. And they do infrared, so I see everything.
Viele Brillen sind tatsächlich Vergrößerungsgläser. Okay, wir reden später.
Talk to you later.
You bet.
Meine Brille zum Beispiel vergrößert auch. Ich kann die als Lupe benutzen, wenn ich sie nicht direkt auf der Nase habe. Also von daher.
So, how are you, holding up?
Everything's such a mess.
Das gilt aber halt
I thought we'd
nur
almost be
für
done packing by
weitsichtige
now.
Menschen. Bei kurzsichtigen
So
Menschen und den passenden Brillen verkleinern die Gläser eher.
Funny how you never mentioned what your brother looked like.
Deswegen
before
sieht man
we
ja
got
auch eindeutig, ob jemand tatsächlich Gläser drin hat oder Fensterglas. Wobei es mittlerweile auch nicht mehr... Ja?
Where are you going?
Achso, ich dachte, wir müssen da lang. Wobei es mittlerweile auch nicht mehr so krass ist. Ich zum Beispiel,
I'll be right there.
habe
I
relativ,
better make sure he doesn't get lost. See ya, Michael.
relativ viel Dioptrien und mich trotzdem hier verlaufen. Und aufgrund einer neuen Technik und ganz besonderen Schliffs sehen die Gläser relativ dünn aus und sind nicht so, sagen wir mal, Flaschenböden, wie man das von früher immer kennt, auch wenn es bei den Dioptrien eigentlich wären.
Ben. Short and simple. I like it.
Come on, there's only a handful left.
Lewis. Wasn't he that fancy fisherman?
Yep.
Deswegen lehnt hier auch
Eddie
eine
still
Angel.
watches reruns of the show he was on. Every once in a while his face pops up. It's super weird.
Yazzie. Why does that sound familiar?
Yazzie Trucking. He used to haul lumber for the sawmill.
Oh, yeah. And he'd always blast the horn for us.
Na, ist es das hier?
De Leon.
That's the one.
Don't tell me we missed her.
Hello, Mr. Eagle.
Kids. It's time.
Was, können wir uns jetzt wieder erinnern? Ah.
You really have to go, Eddie?
You can hold my hand if you want.
I can walk fine on my own.
It'll be quick, okay? Then we'll get something to eat.
The day of the funeral. I barely remember it.
That's probably for the best. I don't think either of us are exactly eager to relive what went on behind that gate.
So... I know I said we didn't have to visit her grave.
But it feels like the right thing to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah, okay, jetzt also doch. Da müssen wir aber jetzt hier durch, oder? Ja. Warum gibt's da sonst ein Türchen mit,
Do you remember
einem Button
where
prompt?
she is?
No. For what it's worth, I remember staring at the water during the funeral.
Alyson, please.
I'm not going!
Alyson, come back!
Well, yeah. Any hope that this would be easier than last time? Totally gone.
At least this time no one's sending me away.
I'm holding you to that. Afterwards, you and I had a moment over there by the totem, right? I wonder if we could see that.
Doesn't hurt to check.
Ich versuch's doch gerade. Ich bin dem Spiel einfach eins vorweg.
I won't let them take you away. I'm gonna tell them the truth. You swore, Alyson. I'm gonna be okay. Please, don't worry about me.
I know I'm supposed to get over this Brown thing, but I really wish you'd been able to come visit that much.
Yeah, me too, but... Look, I didn't make any promises that day. You did. Watch.
Wie, watch? Noch mehr Erinnerungen, oder wie? Ah, da drüben.
They all think you killed her. It's not fair. I'll be okay. You have to take care of yourself now.
See?
It's possible, but I don't think so.
Well, I know so. Thinking about it got me through the rest of the day. You think Snowball still lives in there?
Snowy owls only tend to live about 10 years.
No,
Oh, rest in peace, Snowball.
traurig.
Rest in peace, Snowball.
Warum liegen dann da Eier drin? Hat einfach eiskalt irgendein anderer Vogel das Nest benutzt oder wie?
This spot's familiar. Man, I forgot how hard Marianne took it when Eddie's mom died.
Well, we were only 4, but yeah. She lost one of her only friends. She was always saying how she never would have found a place in Delos Crossing without Carol.
You think her death kicked off Marianne's, you know?
It definitely didn't help, but no. It was years later.
Wer steht denn da drüben rum? Ah, okay, einfach nur random Personen an Grab. Okay. Gut, ich dachte jetzt, da gibt es vielleicht irgendwas zu erkunden oder so. Boah, ich finde das voll toll, wie die Fußspuren im Schnee bleiben. Sowas finde ich immer gut.
Ty,
This is it.
Das ist doch wahrscheinlich, oder?
Great.
yeah. God,
Nee.
I think I need a second.
I'm gonna have a look around, okay? This might take a while. This might take a while.
Okay.
I'm gonna have a look around, okay? I'll be right back.
Yeah, all good.
Where is she? Where is she? Why can't I remember?
Hm.
Alyson.
Is that her?
What the hell was going on with you? What broke?
Why didn't you say anything? We were your goblins. You didn't have to do it all alone.
Tessa?
Kids, I wasn't expecting to see. What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Feeling a little guilty, maybe?
When we pass on, our graves are all anyone has to remember us by. Letting hers just fall apart would be cruel. I'm not a cruel person.
Cruel enough to call social services on our mother.
I wanted to protect you. Marianne was getting worse all the time. I was afraid that if things kept going the way they were, then one day...
We were going to end up dead?
Look, I'm sorry I didn't tell you the whole story back in the store, but I didn't want you to...
Enough with the excuses. What the hell happened to her? Why'd you turn your back on us?
Your mom was always just barely getting by, and over the years she burned a lot of goodwill. It got so bad, no one was willing to hire her, and the stress of that, well, it took its toll. I tried to help, but she pushed me away. She pushed us all away. In the end, she isolated herself from everyone. She was alone and out of options.
She had us! Until you threatened to have us taken away!
I couldn't let her drag you down with her. She had you stealing for God's sake. Your mother never wanted to be a part of this community. She always thought she was better than the rest of us. A spoiled little girl playing fairy princess in the woods. If she just settled down with someone instead of running around with married men, well, just ask Sam Kansky how much better that would have been for everyone.
Wait, what?
Oh God.
What happened between them?
I wasn't thinking. Please, just forget I said anything.
Tessa!
All I know is whatever went on, Laura left Sam over it. But I shouldn't have said anything about that. I promised I wouldn't. I'm sorry, kids.
Uff, ja, harter Tobak. Du hättest es besser machen können.
I get that Marianne wouldn't let you help her. But there had to be a better way to deal with it. Especially if she was having some kind of crisis.
Yes, you're right. There were other things I could have done. Better things. I know I've made mistakes. All I can do now is say that I'm sorry. If I could give you back your mother, I would. I don't deserve your forgiveness, especially yours, Tyler. But if there's a place for me in your lives, I'd like to be there.
I have to know something first. Are you good with who I am?
I've been thinking about that since you came home. I believe that my life is better for having lived it by God's word. But I also believe we don't always understand what he's saying to us. I prayed for guidance, and seeing you standing here in front of me, such a strong and thoughtful young man, I think I have his answer.
That means a lot to me. Thank you.
Tessa, I know the last couple of days have been heated. I'm up for a fresh start if you are, but it's not really up to me. Tyler?
Ja. Natürlich. Sie hat halt wirklich nur helfen wollen. Ich meine, gut gemeint und gut gemacht, ne? Ihr kennt das Sprichwort, aber sie wollte echt nur helfen. Es ist zwar absolut aus dem Ruder gelaufen, aber sie hat auch echt lange versucht zu helfen. Ich meine, sie wusste, dass die Kinder für ihre Mutter klauen und hat nichts gesagt und
I'm done losing people. And if we can't let people grow, then what the hell kind of chance do we have?
Thank you. Both of you. Kids, I never knew your mother's whole story, but it was obviously very painful. She always said you two were the only good luck she'd ever had. I'm going to try harder to forgive her. I hope you can as well. If you two are in town tomorrow, come by the cafe. Lunch is on me.
There gonna be coconut cake on the menu?
You know, I think there just might be. I'll see you two tomorrow then.
We'll be there. Come on.
That was something, huh?
Yeah, it was.
I had pretty much given up on her. But I guess sometimes people change.
I know. I feel like a total ass right now.
I bet Tessa's thinking the same thing.
Yep. Things are gonna be real awkward my first day back in the office.
Oh, I'm sure you'll both manage to never talk about today.
Exactly. Awkward as hell.
Ja, das ist auch sowas, was man, ich sag mal, im Alter und der Weisheit immer mehr und mehr feststellt, dass die Leute die Dinge nicht immer so meinen, wie sie danach handeln. Und klar, man sollte natürlich immer versuchen, sich um alles Gedanken zu machen. Aber man kann nie alle Eventualitäten berücksichtigen. Und wenn sie in dem Moment der Meinung war, dass die Kinder möglicherweise in Gefahr sind, also ja, dann ist es eigentlich das Einzige, was sie tun kann. Sie hat versucht, so zu helfen, die Hilfe wurde abgelehnt. Sie hat versucht, Lebensmittel oder alles Mögliche zu geben und für sie da zu sein. Das wollte sie nicht. Dann, ja, bleibt halt nur das Jugendamt, weil genau dafür ist das Jugendamt da. Die haben immer so einen schlechten Ruf, aber es ist ein sehr schwieriges Thema. Und ich glaube auf keinen Fall, dass sie den beiden schaden wollte. Wirklich nicht. Aber das erkennt man halt oftmals erst Jahre später. Das ist genauso wie wenn man sich jetzt teilweise wenn ich zum Beispiel zurückdenke an meine Lehrer aus der Schulzeit. Ich bin mir bei, ich sag mal, 90% meiner Lehrer sicher, die wollten mir als Kind nicht schaden. Ich bin aber auch mit den meisten Lehrern nicht klargekommen, weil ich schon immer meine eigenen Methoden hatte, was zu lernen und zu verstehen und die nicht ungefähr, also nicht ganz konform waren mit dem, was die Schule vorgeschrieben hat. Und ja,
You want to sit down for a bit?
ja, ich setze mich ja gleich hin. Im Nachhinein ist man immer schlauer, wollte ich damit sagen, ne? Aber damit würde ich jetzt an der Stelle einen Schnitt machen und dann in der nächsten Folge hier weitermachen und mich dazusetzen, wenn Alyson uns hier schon so drängt. Wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal wieder. Bis dahin. Ciao, ciao.